Hello, everyone, and welcome back, the place where learning English feels calm, friendly, and possible. I'm Emma.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jack, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
Before we begin, just one small thing. If you enjoy these calm English conversations and they help you feel more confident, you can like this episode and subscribe to Talk Emma. It really helps us continue.
Thank you for being here. Now, let's talk.
Jack, can I ask you something simple?
Of course.
Have you ever felt late?
Late. How?
Late to start. Late to learn something. Late compared to other people.
Yes, very often.
Me too.
I think many people listening right now are quietly nodding.
Because this feeling is heavy. It sits in the chest. It whispers things like, I should have started years ago. Everyone else is better than me. What's the point now?
And when that voice comes, people stop trying.
Yes, not because they're lazy, not because they're not smart, but because they feel ashamed.
Especially with English.
Especially with English.
You hear English everywhere. On your phone, in movies, at work, on social media.
And every time you hear it, you don't just hear words.
You hear reminders.
Reminders of what you don't know yet.
Reminders of mistakes.
Reminders of time.
And that's why today's topic matters so much.
It's not too late.
Not too late to begin.
Not too late to try again.
Not too late to change the way English feels in your life.
Let me tell you a small story.
I like stories.
A few years ago, a woman wrote to us. She said, Emma, I'm 42. I understand English when I read. I understand when people speak slowly, but I never speak.
Why?
She said, I feel stupid opening my mouth. She said, I think people will hear my age in my mistakes.
That sentence hurts.
It does, because mistakes don't have an age.
Fear doesn't have an age either.
Exactly. She wasn't late. She was scared.
And there's a big difference.
Very big.
Being late means time is gone. Being scared means the door is still there. You just haven't touched it yet.
And English is not a race. It's not a competition. It's not a test you failed.
It's a tool.
A bridge.
A voice.
But many learners treat English like a punishment.
Or like a reminder of everything they didn't do on time.
Let's be very honest for a moment.
Okay.
How many people do you think are listening right now who understand English but stay silent?
A lot.
They know words, they know grammar, but when it's time to speak, something closes inside.
That something is fear.
Fear of sounding wrong.
Fear of being slow.
Fear of being judged.
Fear of confirming their own belief. I'm too late.
But today, we want to gently change that belief.
Not with pressure.
Not with rules.
With understanding.
Let's say something very clearly.
Please listen to this part carefully.
You are not late to English.
You're early in your journey.
Your journey didn't start when school started.
It didn't start when someone else became fluent.
It starts the moment you decide to be kind to yourself.
Kindness is missing in language learning.
Yes, people are strict with themselves, harsh, impatient.
They expect fluency without allowing mistakes.
But babies don't learn like that.
They fall. They try again. They laugh.
They're not embarrassed.
Somewhere, adults lose that permission.
And English brings that loss to the surface.
So today, in this conversation, we're not teaching rules.
We're changing a feeling.
The feeling of I'm too late.
Let's imagine something together.
Okay.
Imagine English as a door.
A simple door.
Not locked,
Not guarded.
just closed.
Many people stand in front of it for years,
Not because they can't open it.
but because they think they don't deserve to.
Or they think, if I open it now, people will ask why I waited so long.
But the door doesn't ask questions.
English doesn't ask your age.
It doesn't ask your past.
It doesn't ask how many times you quit.
It only responds when you use it.
Softly, slowly, imperfectly.
That's enough.
Let me ask you something, Jack.
Go ahead.
If someone starts walking today, are they late or are they moving?
They're moving.
And movement changes everything.
Movement builds confidence.
Confidence builds consistency.
Consistency builds fluency.
Not overnight,
Not magically.
but naturally.
That's what we want for our listeners.
Not fast English.
Real English.
English that fits into life.
English that feels safe.
Earlier, you asked a simple question without saying it out loud.
Which one?
Why does English make people feel late?
Because English keeps showing up in their lives even when they're not ready.
That's true. English doesn't wait politely.
It appears on job emails.
On buttons we're afraid to press.
On movies everyone else seems to understand.
And suddenly, learning English feels like standing in a room where the conversation already started.
Exactly. Everyone is laughing and you're still reading the subtitles.
That feeling makes people quiet,
Not because they don't know anything.
but because they feel behind.
And when someone feels behind, they stop asking questions.
They stop raising their hand.
They stop opening their mouth.
Let's be honest for a moment.
Okay.
How many times have you understood English in your head, but your mouth stayed silent?
Too many times.
Me too.
Your brain knows the sentence.
But your heart says, not now.
And that's not a language problem.
It's an emotional one.
Language lives in emotions more than books.
That's why people who know less grammar sometimes speak more confidently.
They don't wait for perfection.
They allow themselves to be seen.
Let me tell you something funny.
I like funny.
The first time I ordered coffee in English, I practiced the sentence all morning.
Let me guess, you forgot it.
Completely.
What did you say?
I panicked and said, "Coffee, big, please."
That's perfect English.
The barista understood.
That's the point people forget.
Communication is success, not correctness.
But schools teach the opposite.
They teach silence is safer than mistakes.
So people wait.
They wait for a right time.
They wait to feel ready.
They wait until they're not late anymore.
But readiness doesn't come first.
Action does.
This is something many learners don't hear enough.
You don't start speaking because you're confident.
You become confident because you start speaking.
Confidence is a result, not a requirement.
Let's talk about a small habit.
Small is good.
Very small.
Like how small?
So small it feels silly.
I'm listening.
Talking to yourself.
Ah, the secret habit.
The private habit.
The no judgment habit.
Exactly. People think speaking practice needs a partner.
But your brain doesn't know the difference.
It just hears language.
Let's imagine a normal day.
You wake up.
You look at your phone.
You think about work.
Now imagine one sentence in English.
Just one.
I'm tired today.
That's it.
No grammar test.
No correction.
Your brain listens.
Your mouth warms up.
And something important happens.
English stops being a performance.
It becomes a presence.
That's powerful.
And it's funny sometimes.
How?
People talk to themselves in English and forget they're doing it.
Until someone hears them.
Yes, and then they laugh.
Laughter removes fear.
Fear hates laughter.
Another reason people feel late is comparison.
Oh, yes.
Social media is full of fluent speakers.
People who sound perfect.
But we don't see their beginning.
We see their highlight.
No one posts their first broken sentence.
No one posts their silence.
So learners compare their chapter 1
to someone else's chapter 20.
That comparison steals joy.
And motivation.
Here's something important.
Tell me.
There are people who started English at 50 and speak freely today.
And people who started at 10 and still feel afraid.
So age isn't the real factor.
Safety is.
When English feels safe, it grows.
When it feels dangerous, it hides.
That's why kindness matters so much.
Kindness sounds soft.
But it's strong.
Especially in learning.
Let's pause for a very honest moment.
Okay.
If you're listening right now and you've ever thought, I'm too late to speak English.
That thought is not the truth.
It's just a story.
And stories can change.
Not with pressure.
With small, daily actions.
In our conversation, we'll keep building those actions.
Gently.
Naturally.
With real-life moments.
Because English doesn't change your life in one day.
It changes it sentence by sentence.
And that's more than enough.
Let's take a real moment.
Yes. Think about today. One sentence.
I like my coffee.
That's it. That counts.
Your brain hears it. Your mouth practices.
And your voice inside you grows a little louder.
Another sentence. I am learning.
You see? Even 2 sentences change the day.
Small, simple, daily.
Consistency is the real magic.
Not perfection, not grammar.
Not age, not accent.
Just showing up.
Every time, even quietly.
Even 1 minute.
Even while in the elevator.
Even while cooking.
Even while brushing your teeth.
Those moments add up.
You stop waiting for a perfect moment.
You stop waiting for confidence.
You start.
And confidence follows.
Exactly. Think about your own mornings.
The coffee, the shower, the alarm clock.
Pick one tiny sentence. Say it.
Or whisper it.
Or even think it.
It's still English practice.
Every repetition strengthens your voice.
And it weakens the fear.
Fear is the real enemy.
Not mistakes, not grammar tests.
Not comparisons.
Silence is the enemy.
Yes, and silence is easy to fall into.
Especially when others speak faster.
Especially when others seem ahead.
But every learner has a first sentence.
Every learner has a first hello.
Every learner has a first mistake.
And every mistake teaches more than waiting ever could.
Exactly.
So we keep small habits.
Daily habits.
1 sentence, 2 sentences, 5 minutes.
The habit builds.
The habit teaches.
The habit grows.
And slowly, English becomes natural.
It becomes part of your life.
Without stress.
Without pressure.
Without fear.
Just presence.
Quietly. Naturally. Humanly.
And that's how it's never too late.
Exactly. It's not about time.
It's about starting.
1 sentence, 1 small habit.
1 day at a time.
And before you know it,
English isn't something you study.
it's something you live.
Every day.
Every sentence.
Every tiny step counts.
That's the power of showing up.
And laughing along the way.
Because learning is a human thing.
Not a test.
Not a race.
Not a deadline.
Just your own journey.
And it begins anywhere.
Right now.
With 1 sentence.
Even quietly.
Even softly.
Even when you think it doesn't matter.
It matters.
Every small habit counts.
Every tiny action builds.
And that's why it's never too late.
It's never too late.
Quietly, naturally, humanly. Let's pause for a moment.
Yes, I like that.
Think about all the small sentences you've spoken this week. The ones you whispered to yourself, the ones you said out loud but felt unsure about.
Even those tiny ones matter.
Exactly. They all add up. Your brain listens, your mouth practices, and your confidence grows. Slowly, steadily.
Step by step, sentence by sentence.
Like planting seeds, you water them a little each day. Some days it rains, some days it doesn't, but eventually they grow.
And your English grows the same way. Quietly, naturally, humanly.
Small actions repeated consistently create a life-changing habit.
Even 5 minutes, even one sentence, even a thought.
Yes, and it's fun too. You can laugh, make mistakes, try silly sentences.
Like the first time I ordered coffee and said, "Big coffee, please."
That's perfect English. The barista understood, right?
Exactly. Communication wins, not perfection. That's a lesson many forget.
And that's the key. It's not grammar, it's not age, it's showing up every day.
Even when you feel behind, even when you feel late.
Because it's never too late, and silence is the only real enemy.
Silence never teaches. Silence never builds confidence. Silence never grows English.
So speak. 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 10 sentences, 100 sentences, and slowly your fear fades.
Your voice grows. Your confidence appears. Your English becomes yours.
And that's how not too late becomes real. Quietly, naturally, like real life.
Step by step, sentence by sentence, habit by habit, action by action.
And the best part is, you don't need anyone's permission. No classroom, no perfect grammar, no ideal age.
All you need is to start, even right now.
Even 1 sentence, even a whisper, even a thought.
It all counts. Every tiny habit adds up.
And mistakes? They're welcome. Laughter? Even better, they remove fear.
Fear hates laughter. That's why small, kind habits work better than pressure.
Small daily actions. 1 minute here, 2 minutes there. And over time, they become a life.
A life full of English, full of confidence, full of connection.
So today, pick 1 tiny habit.
1 sentence, 1 thought, 1 whisper.
Do it now. Don't wait for perfect confidence. Don't wait for the right time.
Action comes first. Confidence comes after.
And remember, living English is different from studying it.
You don't force it. You live it. You enjoy it.
Even in mistakes, even in laughter, even in quiet moments.
Because every small action counts.
Every tiny habit counts.
Every day counts.
And that's why it's never too late.
Never too late to begin. Never too late to speak. Never too late to live English.
Step by step. Sentence by sentence, habit by habit.
Quietly, naturally, humanly.
And if you've spoken even 1 sentence today,
Give yourself credit. You're building your habit.
you're breaking silence.
You're growing your English life.
And if you want more tips, motivation, and encouragement,
Like this episode.
share it with friends. Let's all grow together.
Keep speaking. Keep growing.
Keep living English.
Because it's never too late.
Right now is perfect.
Start today.
See how small steps become big change.
Sentence by sentence, step by step, habit by habit.
And your English, your confidence, your life grows.
Quietly, naturally, humanly.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Keep showing up.
Keep practicing.
Keep laughing.
Keep speaking.
Bye for now.
Bye.